Hi guys. Okay. Hi guys. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on the video and watching, and I'm just gonna jump right into it. I wanted to do today a quick, well, I'm gonna try to keep it quick, comparison of the Chanel Le Teint Ultra Tenue foundation versus the Chanel Le Beige foundation, and just kind of like a brief overview of, or if you had a choice between the two, which one would you pick, which one do I like, which one would you like, what's the difference, that kind of thing. So I have to admit, this is like the third time I've tried to tape this video, so bear with me. So this video, what are these foundations, what's going on? These are the new foundations from, well, they're not that new anymore, but they're the two of the three, I believe, latest foundations on the Chanel.com website. I will start off speaking first to the Le Teint Ultra Tenue, otherwise known as the Ultra Wear Flawless Foundation. So this one is described when you go on the Chanel.com website as an absorbent, breathable, matte foundation and long wearing. It comes in 16 shades. I would say for women of color, they start at around the 70-71 bottle. I myself use number 121, and there's a 91, a 121, a 132, and a 152. 132 and 152 are both called chocolate. Excuse me, how appropriate. So that's what's on the website. With the Chanel Le Beige Healthy Glow Foundation, the description is much less, but it does talk about how this foundation is very light wearing, has an SPF 25 in it, and protects against environmental aggressors. I don't know what that means. Like, there's people coming after my face, and this foundation is what I need to stand between the aggressors of my face. I don't know who comes up with this copy, but I thought that was kind of funny. Maybe they mean the SPF, who knows. But this is a lighter foundation that's much more, like, I've seen comparisons of this to a CC cream. But yeah, so if you want to keep watching, see what I think about both, what you need to know about both, then please keep watching. I will go back to the Le Teint Ultra Tenue. Both foundations come in these glass bottles, which kind of remind me a little bit like the NARS bottles. They both come with pumps. Sorry, I use mine, so it's gunky. But they both come with pumps and very frosted glass foundations. This one looks slightly larger, but they're both just 1 fluid ounce. And is this 121? These are actually both 121 caramels. I will swatch them so you can see what they look like. So we can go back and focus on the Le Teint Ultra Tenue. Ooh. Yeah. Heavy swatch. Ugh. Oh, mess that up. But there's the 121 in the Ultra Tenue one. So what is it that you need to know about this foundation, the Ultra Wear foundation? As described on the website, it has absorbent properties. It's more of a matte foundation, and it doesn't have an SPF. So for me, this foundation is something where you want to look flawless, you want to look put together, you want to be out in the sun with no flashback if you're taking pictures because of the SPF, and you want to look well put together, then this would be that. So it's long lasting, you look flawless, well put together, has some mattifying properties, and so the con I wanted to discuss with the Le Teint Ultra Tenue, I guess there's two. One applies to both the foundations and to all Chanel foundations. They have a fragrance to them, you know, a slightly flowery fragrance. So if you're sensitive to smells or don't like your foundations to be a little perfumey, then you're going to be put off and not like this. The other thing I don't like about this foundation, I mean, now that I'm aware of it, I've learned to live with it, but when I first used this foundation, I made the mistake of slapping it on and then like moving on to the next thing without realizing that this takes a bit of time to kind of dry down. I almost feel like it takes like 10 minutes, you know, like put your face on, wash your hands, everything, be careful what you touch next, and don't hug anyone or press anything to your face for about a good 10 minutes after you put this on, because I just feel like it stays dewy for longer than what one would expect from what is billed as a mattifying foundation. So yeah, okay. So with the Beige foundations, and I have two of them here. I have the 121 Caramel and the 91 Caramel, and I will swatch them too. It's a fluke that I ended up with both. I just kind of did. And I think, I mean, very dark swatches, very heavy swatches. As you can see, the 91 is very pale for me. I could make it work, or most likely I'll just mix it with the 121 as my, I'll mix it with the 121 as the winter comes in and my skin gets a little paler. So long story with how I ended up with both. I just did. Anyway, so with the Beige, the pros about this one, wow. Okay, so this foundation, and I've got to be honest, this for me is already holy grail status. I love it. It's one of the lightest foundations I've ever tried. I put it on, I forget about it. I've even worked out at the gym in this and not had an issue. It doesn't break me out. It's just, it's love. And the reason I don't like to work out with foundation on, but the reason I have worked out with this on is because it's been like I forget I'm wearing it. Yeah. So for me, the Beige is my skin but better. It just goes on, stays on, looks perfect. It has SPF 25, which I like. It's very light, it's very breathable. It just goes on and doesn't feel like you're wearing anything. I'll put a picture of myself here wearing it. I mean, I'm wearing it today too, but you'll see in this picture where I'm right in the sunlight. I think I'm by a window, and it's so radiant, you know, it's just luminous and just my skin but better, and I really like that. How just light it seems. I like that. A con with this, again, like I said before with the other one, is definitely the fragrance. They both have the same, and you know, thinking back to my Perfection Lumiere foundation that I used to have, they have that flowery type of, I want to say gardenia, but I'm not good with flowers, but that flowery type of smell that a lot of the Chanel products have. They do have that. The other big con, what I really don't like about this foundation, is that it's so limited in the options for women of color. I hope you can still see the swatches here. But this one here, the 121, the one that I'm wearing right now, is the darkest shade they have. And then there's quite a bit of a jump from this one, which is quite pale, to this one. I think the 70, 71 is also suitable for women of color. And by women of color, I do tend to mean Black women, maybe Latino women. I'm not speaking to Asian women because I really don't know anything about that. So anyway, but to only have 3 colors that would be suitable for women of color, I find very limiting on Chanel's behalf. Very, very limited. I'm hoping they'll still expand it and add the 2 deeper shades that come in the other foundation. The Perfection Lumiere also had actually 3 other deeper shades, because they had a 90, a 94, a 104, a 114, a 134, and a 154, which were good. So, you know, I keep my fingers crossed that Chanel will get it together and offer this in slightly darker shades to cover more people. But you know, that's their choice, and it is our choice to shop elsewhere if we don't have what we need. So yes, so that is my thoughts on these foundations. I like the Le Beige because it is lighter. It's a light to medium foundation. That is my general preference. I don't have oily skin where I need something that's mattifying or heavy. I also don't like a full like cake face type look. So this is why for me I say that the Le Beige has reached Holy Grail status. I think that both of them fit different needs in my, should we say, foundation wardrobe. But do I think people need to buy both? No, I really don't. First of all, these are $60 foundations, so I know if you have other foundations that cover a similar bill, then you can choose between the two. You don't have to get them both. I just really wanted them both. So yeah, okay. Which between the two would I purchase? Would I repurchase? I will definitely repurchase the Le Beige. I would not repurchase the Teint Ultra Tenue. Again, mainly that's because between this and the NARS foundation that I have, I'm set with matte foundations. That's it. That's all I need. My preference is for the lighter foundations, so I don't feel the need to buy another one. I think for the next year my foundation needs are covered. However, if you are that girl whose skin might be more oily and likes the full coverage look, the perfect look, the flawless look, and wants to look like that, then I would suggest you get the Teint Ultra Tenue look foundation. If you're more interested in something that's more of an everyday look, you have less things that you need to cover, you just want something that makes you look like that makeup no makeup look, or that my skin but better look, and you don't have a lot of hyperpigmentation and stuff like that to cover, then I would go with the Le Beige. And then also, if SPF is not an issue for you, then the Le Beige I think is good. I like to double up on my SPF with moisturizer and foundation, both having it. But if SPF is an issue for you, then obviously the Teint Ultra Tenue. So yeah, I tried to talk through this as quick as I could, and I'm so sorry I'm getting it up so late because I thought I was gonna have it up earlier, but I didn't, so I apologize for that. Let me know what your thoughts are. You know, are you concerned about Chanel not offering enough color options? You don't care, or you found your match? I know I had a comment in a previous video from someone who self-identified as Asian saying that, I think she said the foundations were just too yellow for her. So, you know, we all have our issues. I wish every company would come out with like, I don't know, 25, 30, 40 options for us. But I understand, you know, companies have to make their decisions based on whatever they're making their decisions based on. So, yeah, I am happy that I was able to find options that fit for me. So I hope you guys can too. Because both of these are really good foundations. So I hope you can find one, and thank you. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for liking my videos. Thanks for subscribing. I really appreciate it, and I would say I'm gonna put up videos more regularly. I say that all the time, so I'm not even gonna go there. Thanks guys. Bye.